not the intro. Nah, it got kicked out. It got kicked out. So, oh, well,
Well, it's good. Let's roll it. Let's roll it then.
let's roll with it. Let's roll with it.
Smoking Mirrors Uncut back at you. Definitely, this is yours truly, B More. And we have our other kings, as always, Detroit,
What up, though?
Jay Lee,
What's good? What's good?
and special guest, my cousin, much love from Syracuse, originally from Syracuse, right? Zeke, what's good?
Hey, hey, hey.
What's going on, Zeke? When the East is in my house, oh my God.
Oh my God. You already.
hmm
So, what's going on, P? I mean, it's been a while. What's up with y'all, respectively? What's going on?
Well, you know, with me, it's working. I'm always working. So,
Yeah.
the story of my life.
hmm
That's where I be at.
Yeah, man. Working,
Yes,
dealing with the
sir.
kids, school, all kinds of stuff, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Life stuff.
Oh, you had an issue going with your daughter, right? Troy, she got hurt or something? Did she
Yeah,
get
she
hurt?
got injured on the softball field, man. So she
I didn't
collided
know
with
that.
another girl, wound up with a concussion and a gash in her head. So she's been out for about 2 weeks now. Hopefully, she wants to get back on the field. Hopefully, they let her back on the field next week. We'll see how it works out. So,
She
but
doing
she's
good
doing
though?
good though. Yeah, she's doing
Okay.
good. Yeah. Thanks
Okay.
for asking. Appreciate you.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, man. I'm glad she's good though. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
Yeah. How
Other
You
than
about
that,
you, B
that's
you
it.
more?
same thing, getting ready for there's a bunch of stuff coming up next week. My oldest graduated college last year, but they letting her walk this year. So that's coming up. Um, Shouts out to Brianna. And
Oh,
we
oh.
have a prom next Friday. Kayla is having her prom this next Friday coming up. So busy, man. Kids working. We working like crazy right now, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So
Jay
That's
Lee,
what's
Jay
up.
Lee, hurry up and leave, my guy.
Hurt believe
No,
what?
no disrespect, but hurry up and get up out of there, man.
Out of where? Oh, your job. Oh, the job.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No disrespect, but
Hey,
hurry up.
y'all know when y'all see me, y'all gonna make some money. That's all. Y'all gonna make some money when y'all see me.
I
So
don't, I don't want it. Go home.
You the walking money man, huh?
that's it. I bring that money. Y'all gonna be tired, but y'all gonna have some money.
True indeed. Like right now.
Yep,
Like
yep,
right
yep.
now.
For sure.
Uh, Zeke, what's going on with you? Anything?
Not much. Just trying not to jump on my kid, but other than that, cool. So, I have an 8-year-old. He just got student of the quarter for his whole entire second grade class. So, we
Congrats.
celebrating that.
hmm
Most definitely.
I got employee of the month. So we out
Oh
here,
wow.
Oh,
rising
There you
up.
go.
oh, okay.
There we
Employee
go.
of the month. That's what's up. That's how we do.
Yeah. So,
So
Yeah,
everybody in
doing
the
what we
most.
house
do,
winning.
just signed up to
Yeah,
go back
right.
to school. hmm
You signed up to go back to school?
Yep, to finish my nursing degree.
Oh, that's what's up. That's definitely what's up.
hmm
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank
yeah,
you.
Congratulations on all that. Yep.
yeah. Because I can't do the schooling. I was just thinking about it, but I was like, nah, not for me.
Now, if you put your mind to it, you'll be able to do it. You just gotta. It's something you really gotta commit to, especially being older. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Other stuff is going on. You gotta really be committed to
yeah, most definitely.
it. Yeah.
hmm
But
It's one of those things that I say I owe it to myself and I owe it to my son to be successful and to leave something for him.
Right.
there you go.
Right.
There you go.
Right.
Now, when you say leave something for him, like in what terms are you talking about? Um, I mean,
A
obviously, when you
house.
say that, you're talking financially. Okay,
hmm To make sure he good.
Yeah.
If ever I was not to be here to take care of him, make sure he'll always be set.
Yeah.
there you
Not only
go.
that, just to see his mother grinding. You know what I mean? Working hard to achieve her goals. That's that's something
hmm
that's long lasting. You know what I mean? In his memory. So you're doing the right thing. Absolutely.
And that's
Thank
your
you.
only child.
It is. It
Okay.
is.
See, welcome to the
8-year-old
club. Yeah, there
that's
we
staying the
go.
same size as me.
Welcome to the club. Yeah, there we go. Only child club. Welcome to the club, my guy. Yeah. I know the hard work, man. My mother worked her butt off, man. So I know the grind. I get it. I understand it.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. I mean, I wasn't an only, but my brother's so much older than me. At times it was like it was some good times I was there by myself, you know, because he's almost 8 years older than me. So yeah.
For sure.
So Troy, I did want to ask, how do you feel being as though you played football, right?
Yeah.
Your daughter having a concussion and everything, you know, with a couple years down the line now that they dealt with all of that and concussions and the protocols and all that stuff. Like, how did you feel? Because I know me and you, we come from old school football. Like, I don't like you concuss. Okay, you all right? You good? Let's get back up and play.
Yeah.
How did you take that?
Being as that it is my child that has gone through it, I can understand why they're being so safety cautious about getting kids right back on the field, especially like you said, back in the day when we get a little dazed or whatever, they'd be like, all right, rub some dirt on and get back in there. You know what I mean? But now it's different protocols. They want kids to be healthy. They want them to have some basically not have issues when they grow up because of the concussions. So I understand the safety now. I understand the protocols now. I get it. So it's us parents, we just have to understand this is for the sake of your child to be safe. So I'll tell you what though, when it happened, I got the phone call. I went down to the softball field and I saw her laying there, man. It was that was
Yo.
Yeah.
I've been out there crying, bro.
I was angry. It was all kinds of emotions going on, you know what I mean? Because of her laying there, you know what I mean? I was angry, I was hurt, I wanted to cry, I wanted to do all kinds of stuff. And I was speechless for a minute. But after getting to her and talking to her and asking her certain questions, I understood that she was still there, you know what I mean? It wasn't the fact that she was out for so long. She was probably out for like a couple seconds. But just to see your child in that vulnerable state, it is I was messed up for about a week and a half, man. You know what I mean? Until I knew she was coming around, getting better. Those first couple of days, it felt like I had a concussion. You know what I mean? It was just I was going through it. So, so like I said, man, I understand why the new protocols are there. I understand why they want to be real safe with children that get concussions. Because their minds are still growing. You know what I mean? As an adult, we reach a certain stage, but their minds are still blossoming. They're still growing. They're still learning. So you want to be cautious with them. So.
Oh man, Dawn Holmes said she cried every injury. Every injury.
What do you have, Dawn? You got sons, daughters. I'm assuming playing sports of some sort, right? So.
Yeah.
So get back to us on
that.
She
does. I know for a fact she has a daughter that plays basketball and a son that plays football and stuff. So
okay, so yeah.
Man, in fact, she had just posted that her son got hurt. So
So she must have just got done crying then, huh?
She probably still crying.
Yeah. Be ready to pull him out every time.
Mr. Stevenson said his child had one concussion in Little League football. He told him he could go back, but if a second one is over, I feel you.
Yeah. How old we talking too? Because again, like you said, that affecting the brain is something serious. Now, as an adult, if you choose to do that, that's on you. But as a child, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Right. She says still crying.
Still crying. Tears running down.
Oh yeah. But you know what though? Injuries and getting hurt is part of the sport. You just gotta learn how to deal with it. Depends on the injury, but a concussion is a significant injury. So, and it takes for like children, it's gonna take like a month for them to recover. So,
Right.
Okay.
Oh, he was 12 years old. Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see,
That's
we
young.
want to be careful with 12-year-olds. We want to be
Yep.
careful with that.
Yeah.
Does
Definitely.
your son play Zeke? Any sports?
So he plays right now. He's doing flag football. Tackle season starts roughly end of July. And he runs track.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right. Trying to be hot like his older cousins playing track, man. I mean, running track.
Yeah, running track. He needs to.
Yeah.
He went back home
Yeah.
last whole person. So he got to get back in shape. He gonna get back on that football field.
Right.
Okay.
You
Zeke,
ran
let
track?
me ask you a question then. How do you feel about your son transitioning
Mhm.
after flag football? He's going to transition to possibly tackle football. As a parent, how do you feel?
I actually think he played tackle football last year.
Okay.
Which was his first time ever playing
Yeah,
any
7.
sport. Actually he did first, I'm sorry. But football for me was a harder transfer doing flag because mentally he's prepared to tackle. So I see a struggle with him going from tackle to flag because his mind is set on tackling there.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm actually looking forward to him going back to tackle because I feel like that's where he knows what he needs to do and he goes and does it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I most certainly enjoy watching him more doing tackle.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And you obviously like you trust his coaches and everything too. Like you feel as though they have the kids' best interests at heart as far as when it goes to the techniques of tackling and stuff like that, because that's a big issue of late. You know, maybe it's been a while now. I want to say we're approaching probably 10 years with this thing now.
Yeah. At least.
Yeah.
At least. But it's important for youth coaches to understand technique, and you're teaching the right technique to kids that are 8,
Right.
9, 10 years old, because you don't want them to suffer a concussion, spinal injuries. You don't want that to happen. So you want those guys. You want to trust those guys that they're
Right.
teaching the right technique. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you know sport.
Right.
You got cousins. You watch it. I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
So you know what you're seeing. So if you see anything wrong, just speak up. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I have no problem doing that.
Sure
And my brother-in-law,
At all.
he was really good at football.
That's good.
My brother-in-law is, he was really good at football, and my brother's really good at football. So everybody input. I post his videos. He need to do this, he need to do that. So I guess the being a single mom and not knowing 100% everything when it comes to raising a boy, I got that support system. That's like, hey, try this, do this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep, that's good. Good, I like it.
And you said something that was interesting too. That support system, because you being a single mother raising a son, I feel like sometimes mothers don't understand how important it is to have a male role model somewhere close. It doesn't. I mean, obviously, we would love it to be the father, but sometimes it takes more than that. Like I said, between the football coach or a cousin or uncle, whatever the case may be.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you said that.
For me, it's important. Since relocating, it was a hard transition for him. Simply because he's never been to daycare, so his daycare was going, to his father or to his, grandparents and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So relocating here and kind of snatching him away from that, he was 4, and that was hard. But I am grateful that, his dad comes here and visit. My dad comes here and visit. My brother-in-law here. And he does a lot with them. But my son and his 2 boys, whether it's they're going outside doing baseball because now he wants to try to do baseball. So whether it's some practicing baseball, going out shooting the football around, the basketball around, he does a lot of, like, if my car needed fixing, he'll have the boys outside with them, whether it's changing my brakes, changing my oil, showing them the fundamentals of becoming a man and what they need to do as men, as young men, and as, they get older, for when they get wives, they have, and, I love it because he understands that, if you're here and you see, a woman coming carrying bags, you need to get the bags, or, you see a woman walking through the door, you need to open the door. So I'm very grateful for that. Even with his coaches, they have sidebar conversations with him. Sometimes they'll even come and pick him up if I have to work, take him to football practice. So I enjoy that, with the football, he's able to have not only, teammates, but brothers in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so those, in a sense, are his mentors. And I am grateful that moving here, a lot of people here are willing to help in some type of way.
Right.
So I'm truly grateful for that.
And you know what? I'm not going to attest to that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a kid that came from a single parent household, so I could attest to that. My mother worked her butt off, and there was times that she couldn't be around and take me to practice, take me to games. So I had that support system of other men, coaches, other men that are around me, even women too. They were able to, like a village, right? It takes a village, right? So I had that small little village to help me get the practices, get here, get there, because my mother understood what sport did for me. It provided me with, like you said, brothers, right? It provided me with an adult male figure as my coach, right? To give me some guidance when I need that guidance. So sport is just not about just going out there and playing. Sport is about learning life lessons. That's why we love for our kids. We love youth sports. And sometimes adults go out there and they'll mess it all up. But we do love youth sports the right way, when it's taught the right way. So definitely keep him involved, keep him around good people, you know what I mean, so they can teach him the right things. But you're doing the right thing, though.
So Troy,
what up, though?
Do you feel as though sports help create you into the man that you are today?
It helped provide some disciplines, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Definitely. As far as taking responsibility for things, being on time for things, so time management, learning how to be around other people, talk to other people. So sport provided me with a lot of things, communication, because you got to learn how to talk to people, right? Especially with a group of, let's say, 60 kids, 50, 60 kids. You guys got to learn how to get along and talk to people. You got to learn how to get along, talk to adults. So it taught me a lot of life lessons that normally could be taught in the household. But like I said, came from a single parent household. My mom did her damnedest to teach me as much as she could, but she needed that village to help out too.
True.
Yep.
All right. So now that we said that, I think that goes directly into one of the topics we wanted to talk about tonight. Oh man,
she'll come back.
She'll come back. She left.
She'll come back. Hopefully she'll be back.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start like this.
Hold it until she gets back there. Hold it until she gets back. Because we definitely want to get her perspective on it.
Yeah, definitely want to
get her perspective on it. So while we wait, though.
But I'm sure we got some females watching too that could actually.
Oh, probably yeah. So you just want to ask? You want to do it now and see if the females can?
She knows the gist. I think I could read it now, right? Because I actually got it from her. I got the post from Cuz.
Okay.
So basically, she posted something that she got from somewhere. I guess it was a text message thread that was sent between a father and a mother of a child, right? Mm-hmm. And it starts off with, I think, the father saying, "Did you call me?" And then the mother saying, "Yes, I did. Is there a way me, you, and Gianna can meet?" And I'm guessing Gianna is the father's wife, right? Mm-hmm. Then the father says, about what and why you need my wife to be there. And then she responds, our daughter told me that your wife spanked her. I wanted to make sure she understands not to touch my child. Nah, you're wrong. I said she can discipline my child just like I can discipline hers. Aria was fighting at school, so she was spanked. You don't have authority to tell my wife what she can and can't do. Right? And then after that, it says, I don't care if she slapped the teacher. I don't want your wife whipping my child. She can ground her until I get her. Then I will discipline her. You should have consulted with me before giving her permission. And then he says, Maya, I don't have to consult you. I don't have to consult with you. She is both ours, not just yours. My wife had permission. She tapped Aria a few times with her hand. That's it. She doesn't like discipline because you don't do it enough. I said what I said. This conversation is over. The mother continues, says, no, it's not. If she touches my daughter again, I will touch her. Either you spank her or I will, no one else. I said what I said. Try me. And then he says, already tried you. Your threats won't work over here. Don't have me seek full custody again. When I have Aria, my wife can whip her when she is bad. So now what I was saying, cuz I see you back, was I seen it posted on yours and you asked a simple question, you know, like, how do you feel about this? Should a step parent, some other parent in the opposite house, should they be able to touch your child? And cuz was an emphatic no, do not touch my child. Now, she definitely has some context with that, which I would like her to expound upon, because I think it makes sense.
Wait, no. Can you? Her mic's muted.
Yeah. It should go out again.
We can't hear you, Z.
What did Reed say? What did that comment say?
She basically said, "Oh hell no."
Oh no, she didn't.
Yeah.
She would touch my child once.
Yeah.
So Jessica, why do you feel as though she only could touch your child that once and that's it? It's a wrap. You know, no hands on.
Mm-hmm. By the way, what up, Jay Reed? What up, though?
Big time supporter. Oh, and shout out to Mr. Stevenson. He loving all our hats.
Oh, appreciate you, homie.
He'll rock them. We have to. When we start pushing merchandise, you're gonna have to get one.
We'll get that merch. That merch.
I mean, I'm not wearing my smoke and mirrors hat because I don't have one, but this Orioles hat is definitely gonna have to do with that no-hitter that was pitched today by John Means.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's that.
But Jessica said it's not her place. It's not her place.
So how do y'all fellas feel while we waiting on Zeke?
I honestly, I think it depends on the dynamics of the situation. Honestly, I feel like, okay, this is his new woman. It was his wife or his girlfriend.
It was his wife.
It's his wife.
Okay, yeah. So that's his new wife. So in essence, that's her new stepchild. So, I mean, if it's no malice, if your child is bad, I mean, she gonna have to get it. If she get it at home, she go to Pop's house, she get it too. You know, like, hey.
Okay. I'm really interested in hearing what Detroit has to say about this.
Well, my thing is, what Kelly say?
Oh, okay. He said he's a disciplinarian at his house. He got a 35-year-old stepdaughter and a 29. Oh, he put it down too.
Okay.
He put it down too.
So this is what I'm gonna say that I want him to answer this too. Was there a discussion between you and the father of the children and the mother of how you were going to handle the discipline in the household? Like, were you given permission from the other sides of if something was to happen, yeah, you step in, you could do what you want to do with the child, as far as discipline is concerned. Now, for me, I think it should be a discussion prior to whatever, so both parties will understand if something was to happen. Look, my wife, who is the stepmother, can discipline the child. So that discussion needs to happen way prior to any marriage, any moving, whatever. So there's an understanding, so there's no mix up.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. Because if if my child was to be hit by her stepfather, whatever, or her stepmother, it'd be a problem if that conversation hasn't happened with me first, prior to that happening. That could be an issue.
True.
Okay.
And he said belt crack and smack. He old school.
Yeah,
He old school. Steve was old. He don't
You
play.
probably
You
be
know
like, yo,
what?
go outside, get that switch.
That's what I think the difference is really mostly in this conversation, I'd say, is the older, the difference in how people feel about it, you know.
Right.
Because you're there.
Yeah, she's still frozen, man.
Yeah.
She's still
It's,
frozen.
Oh, man.
it's probably her Wi-Fi. If she could plug in hard, you know.
Yeah,
probably
like
better.
an ether cord or whatever.
Yeah, Ethernet. He said ether cord. That was cute though. But he said,
Hey man,
Ether cord.
hey man, don't be coming at me like that, man. You know I don't know the technical terms. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Right?
So,
Do you know what a football is?
Nope.
I'm just getting back at him. I'm just getting
Nope.
back
He
at
don't
him.
know. Yeah, look, he don't know nothing. He know nothing about nothing.
I know what a flag is. Oh man.
You probably get them daily. Flag on the play.
Yes.
Lee doing too much.
Thanks,
Doing
Jay
too
Reed.
much.
Thanks for agreeing with your
So
boy.
she, okay.
Thank you.
If not, she's going to discipline the new wife. Oh, okay. Discipline everywhere. So I do get that. I do get that. Don't just go off. Let's all sit down and talk as adults and put whatever's in place.
Right.
But you also got to be open. You just can't come in here and say, "Oh, we're going to talk," but you ain't listening either.
Right. Yeah, it's got to be some open dialogue between the parties.
Yeah,
So everybody
just because you don't
understand what's going
just because you don't like the new wife, she ain't touching my daughter, you know.
Right.
I feel like that could be a problem sometimes too. Really, that's what it is. You know, and basically a lot of responses underneath of it was, hell no, it ain't happening. Don't touch. You know, the same kind of things. They touch my child, I'm gonna touch them. And my answer was basically, I agree with him. You don't run my house, I don't run yours. If my child is over there acting up, I would expect the adult or whoever's watching them at that time that they have the judgment to be able to beat them. You know what I mean? That was kind of my response to that, because I trust you as the mother to not put the child in harm's way. And that's basically what I said. And I said, you need to trust me the same way when it comes to me and my house. If I feel as though somebody doesn't have that child's best interests at heart, I'm not going to let them beat the child. Straight up like that. You know what I mean? But and I tell people, and this was the kicker for me, I don't even watch children if you don't want me to discipline them, because I'm not about to have no kids over here acting up. Not at my house. You know what I mean? So my thing is, if I can't discipline them, don't let me watch them. And if you would let somebody watch your child, how in the world are you going to stop them from beating them if you don't trust their judgment enough to beat them?
Right.
If you let your child in their presence, right, they can beat them without your consent. Exactly. You must trust them to some extent. And they could beat them without you saying nothing to them, whatever, regardless. They just beat them. And then what? You know what I mean? You the one that allowed your child to go over there. If I don't trust your judgment to discipline my child won't be over there. Period.
Now, how do y'all feel about levels of discipline? Because I mean, when I grew up, we had to go out and get a switch off the tree.
Yo, why don't you go out there and get that switch?
You know,
You out
so
there crying, shaking.
yeah. I'm out. I'm out there.
Snot bubbles coming out your nose.
I'm out there. I'm out there pre-breaking them, like you know, snapping them a little bit. So they break on impact. You know.
Don't get that brittle one. You already. So what do you mean specifically about like levels? Like
what do you feel is too much nowadays? I know that nowadays it's a lot different. It's a lot more different. She got her phone. She back now. She good.
Yeah,
she good.
I had to get it on my phone. I'm not sure why my computer
Laptop.
just started acting crazy.
It's all good.
That's fine.
It's
That's
all
fine.
good.
All right, so we'll go back to you. Basically, what I was asking was your opinion on that, because I know you had said it was an emphatic no, but you also had, I feel, good reasonings for that. What were your reasonings why you were just like, no, it's not happening with my child?
I think that for me, I personally don't hit other people's children. Simply because I don't want anyone to hit my child. But I also worked in pediatrics for 6 years, and a lot of the kids that I saw come that were abused got abused from their parents' new spouse. And so for me, I look at it like sometimes just because I know as his mom, there are days that I'd be like, I'm gonna knock your head off your shoulders, but I'm your mom. And they may not be able to distinguish between the two because realistically, biologically, you're not theirs. And that to me doesn't mean that they would love him any less. When my son's father was with his other baby mother, I would drop my son off to her. You know, I knew that she loved my son. That don't mean I'm gonna let you discipline my son. I understand that if he does something he's not supposed to do, I'm okay with you sitting him down in the corner. Like, look, you're gonna have a timeout. Like, correct the behavior. I most certainly want you to correct the behavior, but I want him to understand you're not gonna play any adult against each other. We all on the same page that disrespect is disrespect. But because so many abuse cases that I've run into came from that situation, for me, I'm just like, no. And then think about it too. Like in my opinion, you get some people who act one way in front of their spouse with that child and then act differently when that parent is not behind or not around. You know? So sometimes when the parent not around, they may be pinching your kid. We don't know. And I also watch a lot of ID channels. So I've seen it kind of come from a few different angles where I'm just like, leave the disciplining up to me and his father.
You know, there's zero room for mistakes, basically. You're like, I'm leaving zero room. And you know what? I didn't want it to seem like my way was the right way on the post, because it's not. The way you choose, is nothing wrong with that at all. I think I just grew up in a different era where if I walk down the street, like where my grandmother lived on Sinclair Lane in Baltimore, everybody, they've been there since my mom was little. If they saw me doing something wrong, they would grab me up. And I know my family would not have a problem with it at all.
Yeah, you get plucked in the
and
back
I
of the head
do wish that things could go that way. I really do. Because I do think that children have more respect for elders. It definitely frustrates me, like, to see the kids nowadays just think that they own the streets and they own the world. They don't care that y'all out here playing knockout with elderly people. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So absolutely do I wish that things could be different? Yes. But I think because working in pediatrics and seeing the abuse cases, like, I think for me, it scarred me. And I was just like, I know that for my son is my life. And if you hurt him, you gonna have a whole bunch of stuff coming behind that. So that, like you said, so zero room for mistakes. We're gonna be like, nah, go ahead, keep them hands in your pocket.
Yeah, I'm with you. I,
Hey,
I tell you why I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Everything you just said. So you get no
And I'm
gripes
okay,
from me.
like, he had, if he at my sister house and he do something that, he ain't supposed to do. Absolutely correct. If you gotta grab him up real quick, like, wait, hold up.
Yeah.
So he know. Like my son, he's 8, but he's 8 years old and he weighs 120 pounds.
mm-hmm.
And he stand almost 5 feet. And he 8.
He's a
So
big boy.
yeah, so I'm at the
Uh-huh.
point now where I'm like, yeah, you 8, but I'm gonna have to box you because you my size. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I might have to, Bobby Boucher you real quick.
Yeah,
So,
me. Give him
yeah.
that axe hand. Ah, boy.
So I'm like, but the same thing. Like me and my sister, we just have that understanding. Like being down here and it being us, we always got each other kids when the other one is at work or doing whatever we
Mm-hmm.
doing. But our kids understand what it is that's gonna happen. you know
Okay.
but I don't know. I respect anybody that can have that relationship with their baby father, baby mother's spouse.
Mm-hmm.
I most certainly respect it. I'm just not there. I maybe I'm not grown up enough, but I'm not there.
It's
Like,
it's not that. I don't, and that's what I wanted to say. Your fears aren't unwarranted.
mhm,
They aren't. And I didn't live your life. I didn't see the cases that you have seen. So that would definitely probably shape my mind differently around the situation.
mhm,
You know, so I don't, and that's why I say your thought process on it isn't wrong.
mhm.
I just think differently. I have stepchildren as well. I have beaten all of them, but
Multiple times.
multiple times, you know.
Yeah.
But I think people that know me, and I think that is what goes into it,
Mhm.
because the father did say something to me. Well, not to me, but to the mom. He had a problem with that. But I think understanding me made him more comfortable.
Right.
Um, I am not one that is heavy on beatings. And I'm
Right.
also one that have learned um, later in life that beatings aren't to hurt your child. Beatings are to catch their attention.
Right.
So even when I'm upset at you, I don't try to beat you during that time. I'll
Right.
wait and make sure, like, this is what I want to do. Okay, I'm
Mhm.
doing this because I need you to understand what I'm saying. Not
Right.
because I'm trying to hurt you. The sitting down ain't working. The no TV, the all this other stuff ain't working. Okay,
Mhm.
maybe this will jolt your attention. I'm not playing with you. You
Right.
know. So that's just a different perspective from my end, and why I guess I've been there. So.
And that's the other thing too. And I think I saw both sides of that growing up in terms of the beating and the talking. Growing up with my mom's gonna whoop us with whatever was in sight. My dad,
Very
on the
true.
other hand, he made you want to be like, can you just whoop me so we can get this over with? Because one time I got in trouble and he talked to me and I woke up, it was the next day, and I was still sitting on the couch with my coat on.
Oh, he beat you into the next day.
What?
With
Is
the
that
words, though, with the words.
with the word?
And when I tell you, it made me be like, I should have just took a whooping. But my dad didn't whoop us. My mom whooped us. But they both, I feared both of them in a healthy way. Not like, oh, I'm scared my mom's gonna beat the heck out of me. I'm gonna die. But I feared them, and I understood that when I walked out her front door, that I bet I did nothing, that nobody was gonna be able to come back and tell her, and that I was gonna get a whooping for it.
Mm.
Mhm.
So it was one of those things where it was like, although my dad doesn't whoop me, I still fear what may come out of this conversation and what may come out of what he may take from me. And that's why, and even, I only have one kid. So I love my baby, but it's trial and error. It's like, do I whoop him for this, or do I just have a conversation with him? So I had to learn over time that when I'm upset and when I'm frustrated, I got to take a moment and I got to step back and I got to decide what's the best course of action. Do I take the PlayStation? Do I take the phone? Do I say, you know what, we ain't doing nothing for your birthday? It's like I gotta decide, and that's why. And as a step parent, you may not be able to do that, because for you it's like, you was good the first 5 times you came over here, but now the 6th time you done came over here and jumped off my couch. I'm about to whoop you. And for me, I'm a have a conversation with you, but because he lives with me now, he jumped off my couch today. I ain't gonna whoop him, but I'm gonna have a stern conversation. Now I come home tomorrow, you jump off my couch again, then I might hook you, because we done had this conversation yesterday, and I told you not to do it, and you did it anyway. So as a step parent, you might not, because you like that, you done jumped off my couch. Is you crazy? So something that I may think does not warrant a whooping, they may think do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this question then.
No.
Nope.
There's that viral video going around where I think it was in Virginia or somewhere. Anyway, the principal wound up beating this child with a paddle, and the parent was actually there, but the parent didn't understand what was going on. The school called the parent, told the parent what the child did. I think the child might have hit a teacher or something like that. So they called the parent. The parent came up there and explained to the parent what happened, and they told the parent, we're going to paddle your child. And the principal was the one that actually paddled the child. So the parent actually video recorded it because she didn't really know what was going on. Apparently she was Spanish speaking, so she couldn't really understand what was actually about to happen.
Oh man.
And when it was going on, when it was happening, she felt a certain type of way about it. So, yeah, Uncle, you already know. You already know. You already know, Uncle. You already know.
Was he running? Was he running?
You already know, Uncle. So what do you guys' perspective on that? Where schools, just like I just explained to you, schools are taking discipline back to where it was, I guess, like in the 60s or 70s, where schools were allowed to paddle your child. Are you guys okay with that? Because it's still happening to this day.
Nah. I think, because I'll speak from a personal experience in terms of my nieces and nephews and my son. I'm very goofy. I'm very loud. I'm very outgoing. A lot of the times that I've gotten kicked out of class, probably 99% of the times that I got kicked out of class, is because I was talking too loud. I was laughing too loud. Not necessarily the class clown, but laughing too loud. My son is very goofy like me. My niece, my sister's second daughter, she's very goofy like me. I think that we have more adults that don't like these children now than we did back in the day. So for me, if they have that opportunity to paddle these children, I think there's going to be a lot of kids being paddled simply because they don't like them. They don't, and I think that is crazy. An experience that my niece had last year in and I want to say it was middle school, her 8th grade year, so 2 years ago. A teacher was upset with her because she was excited to see another teacher, and she just kind of gave her a high. And then she said, well, I told her that I liked your hair, and she just said thank you and walked away. Okay, what do you want her to do? You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, you are upset with this student because you at some point singled her out and made her feel like the little person. And now when she reacts and she kind of just stays clear of you, you're upset. You in a sense belittled her, and now you want her to be your friend. Children have feelings too. So growing up we hear, I'm the adult, you're the child, which is absolutely right, but it doesn't mean that the child doesn't have feelings. Now you're gonna respect me, but I'm gonna hear what you have to say. As your mom, I can hurt your feelings, and it's okay for you to say, Mom, you hurt my feelings. and I have to hear that. Now, you being disrespectful, we talking about something different. But if you know, I try to teach my son, if something is wrong, let me know so that I can do whatever I can do to try to fix it. Tell me if your feelings are hurt for something that I did. Tell me if, I think that you did something and I'm disciplining you for doing something that you really didn't do. It's okay to say, Mom, I did not do it. And we're going to try to figure out what it is that happened. And that's okay. And a lot of times growing up, we didn't get that opportunity. It's like such and such said you kicked her dog and now I'm about to whoop you. And you like, what dog? I didn't even know she had a dog. So, I think that, the allowing the teachers to, do that to the children, I think that it's going to be a lot more abuse cases because it's a lot more teachers that ain't really liking these kids.
Or just don't love your child.
Well,
they don't really love your child. They're just trying to discipline them.
Right.
I mean,
so it's a no for me.
I see what Jessica Reed said, that leave it to the parents. I kind of agree, because I think some people just weird. Some people that just weird, and they don't understand people's kids, and they don't understand, like she said, personalities, and they might get offended by certain things. I've had certain family members get offended by my son. Everybody know my son crazy, and they oh, you let your son do that? Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. It was funny to me, it was funny to me, but oh well. You raise your own child. I raise mine the way I do.
True.
But I also think that due to the lack of discipline in households, there's a lot more disrespectful kids in schools too. There's a lot more. So like you were saying, how you the laughy jokey type. Back then, when I went to school, you might have had one or two of those laughy jokey types. Now you got a whole class of laughy jokey types that's not letting the class learn.
Right.
So now you have another problem where now other kids aren't getting educated because you got all these laughy jokey types taking up the whole class.
Right.
So now when you got that situation, what do you do about that? Do you kick everybody out? Like, what do you do?
Right.
So it's tough. It's tough on teachers too. It's tough on schools.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tough situation all the way around. I wouldn't want to be, but I wouldn't, as a teacher, I wouldn't want to put my hands on nobody else's child. I just wouldn't.
Right.
No. Yeah, I think those times have changed, and I agree with all of y'all. I think ultimately, I don't know where your head is when it comes to my child if I don't know you personally. Again, that goes back to me knowing and me trusting your judgment on things like that. So I would say no to the teacher thing. Find a different way. Call me. Do whatever it is that you need to do. But Jay Lee, what you saying, man? Yeah, that's a whole nother ball game, a whole nother problem.
It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. But y'all you kind of touched on some, and something that I seen on one of our fellow podcast members, not people, Melanated Mom podcast, I think it is.
Oh yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Okay, they posted up, if you want your children to confidently say no to people, situations, or activities that make them uncomfortable, then they must be able to safely practice that skill with you. That's what they said. And I disagree with that. How do y'all feel?
I agree with it.
I would say I agree with it
because it starts at home.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if your child is not doing the right things at home, they're gonna not do the right things out there too. So you can't get mad. Nah. So you can't get mad at them when they're out there doing crazy stuff. When you just let them do whatever at home too.
Right.
But that isn't what it said. What it said was they should be able to say no to you, basically. Your child should be able to say, yeah, that's what it says. So it says, if you want your children to confidently say no to people, situations, or activities that make them uncomfortable, then they must be able to safely practice that skill with you.
Like so no to doing their chores?
Okay. Say what? Yes.
Like no, like oh yeah, okay.
You can say no.
I misunderstood.
Your child can say no to me.
Yeah, yeah, that can't happen.
Nah.
Yeah. You can't say now. I will definitely allow you to voice your opinion on the way I'm doing things,
Right.
on whether you want
That
to
part,
do it
yeah.
or whether you think it's fair. I will not mute you when it comes to that. I will listen
Yeah.
to you,
Right.
but I still will have final say. You're not just going. I'm not going to be like, hey, you have dishes tonight, and you say no.
Yeah. That's the
I
problem.
don't agree with that.
But that's
No.
not making them. Hold up, that's not making them uncomfortable though.
You can say
And-
no. That don't mean they ain't gonna
That's
get
not making
done.
them. That's not making them uncomfortable.
That's why
Like-
I didn't agree with it.
But see, I think they try to touch base on something specific. It says something that makes them feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
They're not saying no to rules and regulations.
Okay.
So it depends on what
Okay,
makes
true,
them
true.
feel uncomfortable.
So yeah. So
uncomfortable.
did they explain
Ah.
what is the uncomfortable moment, or
Yeah,
they
it
just
has to be
just broadly just said it?
It's a broad statement. So
Okay, all right.
It
it's
is a
about
broad
what makes-
statement.
But it's
What
about
makes them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
So-
Yeah, you're right.
so-
So that analogy was wrong because
Yeah.
you know, not no to dishes and stuff like that. So it might be like you said. It would depend on the child, right?
Because it says no to people, situations, or activities that make them uncomfortable. So
Okay.
that could be anything. It could be Uncle Junebug at the house, something doing,
Yeah.
no, Uncle, don't touch me that way. You know,
Right.
Like,
That's what I was just thinking about.
I would agree.
Right.
I would agree with that.
Right.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
and it helps build up their confidence. You know, like I can say no,
Right.
Yes.
and they feel
Regardless of
comfortable-
whether it's
yeah,
adult.
Yeah.
So if it
Yeah.
has anything to do with rules and stuff around the house that you want them to do, like chores or whatever,
Yeah.
this doesn't apply.
Nah.
That
He
doesn't
could say
apply.
no.
If-
He could say no, but he could say
yeah,
no.
you can say
As long
no,
as
but
you
you're going
saying
to
no
hear.
while you vacuuming, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Keep saying no all you want.
Exactly. You can say no all you want. Just keep vacuuming.
No.
Yeah, as long as, hey,
Why
don't
you-
forget
why
that
you-
spot right there. Don't forget
Yeah.
that
Why
spot.
you wiping the dishes down?
Yep.
Nope. Nope.
Yo, we done all did it. As soon as
Yeah,
parents
oh, yeah.
leave,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
shut up.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, and it's funny you said that because yesterday I was on my way home from work and my son called me. He said, "Mom, can I get this package on PlayStation?" So I said no. So he did his whining, So I hang up. So he must have pocket dialed me back, and I can't never get what I want. Oh, okay, all right.
Cool.
So I started calling his name. Don't be scared now. I'm gonna see you when I get home though. I'm gonna see what I get home. Like, yeah.
Oh,
I said, "Oh, you don't
Yeah.
never get what you want?" I do. I said, "So why you said that?" Because I was angry. Okay, I'm glad you determined when you angry. I'm
Right.
proud of you for,
There you go.
trying to get feelings. But
Right.
I'm gonna teach you this lesson about you not getting what you want though. You can't ever get nothing. I'm gonna teach you this lesson. I'm gonna show you what not getting nothing is though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's that old
Yeah,
school.
we're gonna
Yep.
make this reality now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, for a little while we're gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I
We're
had-
gonna see if those words come out again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
god!
Mhm.
I had to check my daughter one time because she had went out and bought some food and came home just eating, and I'm like, oh, ain't nobody else hungry? You know what I
Right.
mean? Ain't nobody else hungry? Like,
Famous
Oh,
for
well,
that.
yeah. But she like, well, you and mommy go out and get food. Don't bring nothing back for us. I said,
Yep.
Okay, but we grown.
Right.
We work hard, but I said, but you always got food at the house, right?
Yeah.
You always got something to eat in the
All
house.
you gotta do is crack that refrigerator open.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. There's food there.
Yeah,
Every
it's
time we go
always there
out,
for you.
every time we go out, you don't deserve to eat out with us. You know, like,
Right. We work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
We earn this. Right?
We taking
So,
care of you. That's why we going
Yep.
out to get from free time from you
Yep.
and free food from cooking for you. That's what
Right.
that's about.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
But I
Exactly.
think that's the difference now too. A lot of our teenage kids or early teenage kids think that they're equal to us, and it's like, nah,
Mhm.
nah,
You got,
y'all not.
you got to knock them down a couple notches. You know, let
Yeah.
them know. Let them know. Let them know. For sure.
Yep. It's like, yeah. But
Oh, yeah.
mhm.
They gonna learn. They gonna
Yeah,
learn.
well, they ain't got no choice.
Uh-huh.
Cause I
They
tell my son all the
definitely
time, even though he only 8, I tell him, I said, I want you to understand that things that mom does for you is a privilege. There's so many kids that don't get a lot of the things that you get to do and a lot of the things that you have. And I'm your mom, so I'm supposed to make sure that you clothed and you got food. But when you grow up, there's not going to be anybody that's going to take care of you like I take care of you. So you got to be able to get out there and work and do what you need to do to make sure that you're good and make sure that you're okay.
Right. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it
So
sounds
that's the lesson we learning now, because he feel entitled most of the time now. Like,
That's the only child syndrome.
I've been told.
I've been there. I know
I've
it.
been told. He broke it.
You still there, bro?
I am still there. I am. I get
Yes,
told
he
that
is.
every other day. I get told
Yes,
that.
he is, bro.
Every other day I get told.
Yo, I text him the other day, bro. I was like, "Yo, what's wrong with my brother, yo? He won't even take a suggestion from me. What's going on? Nope. I went way left. He was like, "What that got to do with it?" I was like, "Never mind, bro."
Yo, out of the three of us, he is the most entitled. Just know that. He's a brat. He's a straight up brat.
And you know what? I know it too, yo.
Yeah, he do. He do.
Terrible.
But we love you, bro. We love you.
Definitely.
I appreciate
love
it,
you, bro.
I feel the love.
Definitely.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. No, man, all the time.
Not all the time. Sometimes.
Oh man.
For sure. But it's dope here. It's dope hearing how you raising your son Zeke, and it sounds like he's gonna be a productive member of society.
Doing a good job.
That's fam right there, man. They got no choice. Right? Fam is huge up in Syracuse.
Yeah.
You might run into a cousin or whatever. Man, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
But I know y'all down in Atlanta now. I didn't realize it's been 4 years you've been down there.
Yeah, I've been here 4. Mish been here 9.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. And I ain't going back, that's for sure.
Oh, okay. Right. Sometimes you need to move. You need to move your comfort zone.
Yep. It was hard, but after being at Upstate for 6 years, I was like, I can't leave my job. I'm making good money. I was like, man, listen, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I was like, it's time to go. It's time to be. My biggest thing was showing him something different, letting him know that it's okay to, spread your wings and to find other things, and be somewhere else. And one thing about moving here is I learned who was really in my corner.
Right.
Everybody, don't move. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. And then I got down here, and that 20 went to about 17. Then it went to about 10, and now it's down to about 5.
I thought you was gonna say 3 because you find out who your real ones are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That circle gets
find out
real
who
small.
really care about you.
Yeah,
like, you really do quickly.
Yeah,
and that don't mean they call you all the time neither. Because sometimes you call something. I could not talk to some friends for years.
Yep.
Pick up the phone and be the same.
Back up. Yep.
Be the same. Never lost a beat.
Yep. And those are the people. But then, like I said, then you get the people when you go back and visit that be mad because you ain't come see them. You be like, I ain't even heard from you since I moved away. So
yeah,
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, keep me bugging.
He be
bugging,
Hey, man. Hey, man. Shut up, man. You're doing too much, my guy. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You're doing the most.
Oh, man. But we are definitely at the end. We have ran our hour. We got some old heads on here that need to go to sleep. They've been working like crazy. You know what I mean? So, Cuz just got off of work to do this. So,
yep.
We're going
to
to end
got
this.
my work clothes on.
Yep.
My mom want to say hi, cuz.
Hi, cousin.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Good. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
I gotta get back. I don't know when we having another family reunion, but I'm gonna have to definitely get back up to Syracuse.
Absolutely.
Trying to get her to come here, cuz.
You trying to get moved down, right?
Yeah, we're trying to get her to come here.
She gonna come.
I told them they don't think I am, but I am coming. I'm gonna shock them.
Hey, just from the weather alone, Syracuse to to Atlanta,
Exactly.
Georgia.
That's what we saying.
From that
Even
alone,
though
that's
it's been tornado watches here the last couple of days, we're
true.
gonna edit that out.
True.
Well, I take that over that doggone snowstorm we have in here.
Absolutely, all day,
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It was nice seeing you.
Definitely, you too.
Well, I gotta go lay my butt down because our plane leaves at 6 a.m, so we gotta be there by 4.
Oh yeah, and be safe.
Yeah,
safe.
thank you.
Yep.
All
right.
Oh, yo, you said you want to close it out, but I want to give the last word to Cuzzo, right? I want to give it to Zeke because she's a single parent. She's a single parent raising a son. I know there's some women that might be looking at this. They might look at it later on. Do me a favor. Give these women some inspiration. Give them something that give them some encouragement being a single parent mother raising a son.
What I will say is that there are going to be days where you are going to cry, and it is okay. Get in the shower, let the water run, and cry. Play your music, light your candles, light up if you need to, if that's what you do. Have a glass of wine, which is my choice of drug. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's trial and error. Nothing's gonna be perfect, but you will get through this. And I promise you, your son is gonna love you forever. Much as he stresses you out, at the end of the night, he gonna come and hug you and want to cuddle with you and love on you. My son is 8 and he still does it. So we got this. We gonna get through this.
I love it. I mean, I'm 40. I'm 44. I still want to cuddle my mom. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 40. My mom was raising me. Definitely. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Mom Dukes. Shout out to Mom Dukes.
Mom Dukes. Yep. Absolutely.
Yep. All right, my people. Love y'all.
Yeah, man.
All right, cuz. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Most definitely. Thanks for coming.
All right.
This is right in time for Mother's Day too. So
I know.
Oh yes.
Shout out to all the moms.
Yeah.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
For sure.
For sure.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Love y'all.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Stay on.